There are so many days of this life that I get. And sometimes they're preoccupied with, oh, work, socializing, or watching something, or whatever it is. But despite all the different ways that they're preoccupied, oftentimes life just doesn't feel like enough. There's this feeling that's always in the back of my mind. It's like, this doesn't feel like I'm using today wisely enough. And it's not just this being too hard on myself. There's a really deep, earnest feeling of wanting to use my time better, of wanting to do something meaningful with it, because I know that it's finite. I know that that thing is finite. I know that that tree is finite. I know that this thing doesn't have the same lifespan that I do, but it's really special, and that I should value the moments that I have with it. I know that life can be more than it's been, than I think that it is sometimes. But I don't know how to let those experiences in. I don't know how to make it so that everything that I'm experiencing is as beautiful and as meaningful and is as filling as I want it to be. I feel like a big cup. I feel like this cup here. And I feel just as empty as that cup. But what is supposed to happen, I think what's supposed to happen in life is we get these little small things that we call days, and we fill them up. And each day you get a little bit more of this. These are experiences. These are meaningful, rich things that are happening to you. And I feel like that's what it's supposed to feel like. But instead it feels like that. Like there's a drop. But it doesn't feel like enough. These days don't feel like enough all the time. And part of the reason that I feel empty is that I feel like I'm forgetting the things that happen. And so I lose them. And I feel like I'm just not doing what I'm supposed to be doing. That I'm not quite living, that I'm not quite fully alive. And when I tell people that, I don't know what they're going to say, and I don't know, how they're going to respond to it. And there's different things that people have, but it's ultimately something that I need to decide. And, there's all kinds of people saying how to use your time wisely, like do things for others, or be productive at work, or make a bunch of stuff, or, and they measure it with these metrics of doing more. And that never seemed like the right answer. Not really. It seemed like another way to waste time. And the only way that I can think of that would make things really worth it are to be very careful about the things that I do, but not too careful. Meaning, like, some activities, like scrolling on my phone endlessly, are just a bad idea. I know that I don't feel full after that activity. I feel like an empty cup. But I know that some activities give me a little bit more water. And of the activities that give me a little bit more, I think finding a way to be grateful for them and to focus on them with intensity, to let that experience in and wash over you, and to participate in your own story far more than you are now, I feel like that's how to do things. I feel like that is the only answer that I can come up with for how to make things better. So it's not black and white. It's not just have gratitude for everything, but it's with of the things that you already feel grateful for, maximize it and lean into it. And don't do it in this way of trying to get something out of it in the sense of like it's weird because like with the cup metaphor, I'm trying to get something out of these experiences, but it's really what I bring to the experiences, you know? It's really like maybe I have things in me already and I just can't see it. Maybe that's what it's really like. Maybe what it really is I've already got this stuff in here, but I'm not very good at seeing it. Right? But if I were to like add some sort of color to it, then maybe I could see it. Maybe things would be different if I was able to do that. And of course, it's hard to find color to put in something. It's not easy. It's not easy at all. And I worry about what that color might look like or taste like, what it's experienced as. I don't even know how to define it. But if I could find it, and I could make it better, and I could make it more rich and meaningful, then I'd like to do that. I'd like to add some color to my life, to the world. And my favorite color is red. And, you know, I don't think that ketchup is going to be like the most tastiest thing in this metaphor, but I think that looks terrible. This has gotten really bad. Wow. I was trying to make this like, I was just going to make a short little clip to myself to remind myself of something, and then I was like, let's make something beautiful. And then it was like, the fate was like, nah, you just ugly as hell. Look at that. It doesn't even color the water. It's just suspended in the bottom. Maybe we're focusing on the wrong parts of ourselves then. Maybe we're red, but maybe ketchup isn't that red. You know, maybe the you that you want to be is like this dirty ass water. Because you're not putting the right parts of you forward. You are kind of dirty and empty because you're not living with values. You're rather valueless, you know? And so maybe your color is gold. See what I did there? This was not planned, by the way. Maybe your color is gold. And that's what you should be filling yourself up with, is gold. It's at least prettier than the ketchup. And then maybe you fill others up with gold. That's right, Maggie. Maybe you fill them up with gold as well. You fill up your moments with gold. You don't get from the moment, you filled the moment. And because you filled the moment, you are whole. It's a reciprocal relationship because you are the moment and you are you. This is all you. Well, I don't know what the hell I'm smoking, or what I'm even trying to say to myself. Except that I really believe that life can be more. And I believe that it is what we make it. It is what we bring to our experiences, how we feel about them, and what we put into them that really makes it good. And it's a hard thing. It's like all that energy can be kind of locked away, and you've got to open it up again.